Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, the students had figured out that Celeste was the killer. We are presenting all of our evidence before her, and she has been oddly quiet, and I don't see Celeste being the type to lay down and take it. I am expecting an explosion at some point. Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? What is he alluding to? I can't actually remember where we were at. It's been a little while since I last recorded this. Okay, make your argument. What are we dealing with? I'm gonna grab her account for now.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying
this! Yeah.
Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Okay, we need to grab. When Celeste said what she did, she shouldn't have known yet. With that in mind, what's so strange about what she said is... Okay, I know what do. I know what do.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying
and I mean, we've
the
got
sight
5
of us
minutes,
standing
so...
around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oh! Don't expect me to do the work for you. Figure out for yourself why her comment doesn't make sense.
Shoot!
I need to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere.
All I said was...
The other way round?
They must
maybe?
really be enjoying this.
It has to be
enjoying
those guys.
The sight of us
That's
standing
the thing.
around,
She didn't know
confused.
that it was two
they
dudes
must be
that were
positively
dead.
Elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Let's try the
and
strange
that is all
thing.
I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
We've heard all this. If there is a button to fast forward through this, I'm afraid I can't remember. However, the music's pretty bopping, so I'm happy to listen to
the
it.
Sight of us standing around, frightened and confused.
This is another reason why I'm very glad I don't use my webcam. I am just dancing
all
to
going
this.
to die here. We are going to die, just like the...
There we go.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
She's gone back to being quiet.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
Celeste, you've got to answer this, Celeste. Just being quiet won't help. Oh God. When Celeste laughs, I'm like, oh no. Bad shit is about to go down.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Right, no explosion.
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
That's also a lie.
how do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
There's no one in there. He's just holding it up.
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
Hero! Hero, you guessed something right!
Celeste put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Okay, that's a little bit wrong. However, like, I'm really proud of Hero. During this, he's been putting forth theories. Yes, some of them have been complete ass. However, like, he's trying. He's really trying. Like, good job, Hero. Good job.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer.
Celeste must have been preparing for this for a while. I mean, she snapped up that camera. Straight away, she must have been prepping this for at least a few days.
In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
Yeah, that's it, Kyoko. Get her.
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
I love that. Just, no, this is all there is. Do not question it. Like, oh, Celeste. Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is Hifumi and the suspect had been drinking. Hifumi and the suspect are dancing. Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. There we go.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Oh, we've got you, girl.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther.
Yes, there you go.
If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
I've kept saying this, it's misdirection. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Look at the big glowy floaty head so that you don't see the man behind the curtain.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Oh god, she's laughing again.
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Oh my god, Celeste! She's like, don't make me hit you with my ring hand. Oh damn, girl. Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Make your argument. What do we have? I don't know. It could be any of them.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious...
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
There's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Yes, they could.
No, that's wrong. No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
It doesn't bend at the waist.
Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
Yeah, that wasn't a mistake, love. That was a design feature.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, she knows. She knows she's fucked.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
And she's getting pissed.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Bianchi, and maybe don't gloat, because she is stood literally right next to you, and I'm sure she could do some damage with that, like, the finger cuff thing. It's pointy. She could stab you in the eye.
Checkmate?
That's a better one. There we go. Oh. I don't like how she's flip-flopping between emotions.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh, she gone crazy.
Celeste?
The mask's dropped.
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Oh, this... I'm loving Celeste's voice actress right now. Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Oh, fuck, what was his voice? I was channeling Skeletor. Who killed me? That's right. I remember. Their name, they're nicely non-gendered. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
Oh, her pitch is increasing along with her agitation. She's trying really hard to stick with the accent, and it's making her super high-pitched. Oh, this Celeste has such a good voice actress. That's not to diss the other voice actors. They're great, but Celeste is doing a cracking job right now.
He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
What? Oh, okay. Okay, what the fuck it, fair. Whatever, you do you, bud.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
I'm with Sakura on this one. I'm like, wait, what, hero? Pardon? You changed your name by default? Like, what's going on?
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said, for serious, a lot. He said people's last names. He gave everyone nicknames. Oh, that was such a good... Ooh!
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
I'm not gonna lie, but for Kyoko bringing up the e-handbooks and, saying that, like, oh, they weren't involved in the actual murder, but in the trial, an e-handbook is gonna become very, very important. But for Kyoko saying that, I don't think I would have figured that out. I don't think I would have figured that, Hifumi wasn't saying Yasuhiro Hagakure, he was saying Yasuhiro, first name unknown. That, like, I'm gonna give Kyoko props for that. But for her, I wouldn't have figured that out. But also that's such a good clue! That's case number 3 has been my favourite. That, top hints.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Oh, Celeste, it's falling apart, love. It's falling apart.
Indecent?
Jill.
Don't talk.
Yakia, I still hate you, but that was a good line. I approve of that.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Or does it, Sakura? Or does it?
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
Beautiful voice acting. Damn.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Now, if you'd just get out your e-handbook to confirm that, please. Celeste still won't give up. So then I have to do something to make her accept it. Oh god, is this another bullet time battle? Oh no, make your argument. I can do them. Hey! I think we want the e-handbook.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you?
I do like how no one accepted that Celestia Ludenberg is her real name.
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
Why is it upside down?
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Yeah, we do.
No, that's wrong. That's it! The handbook!
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right?
Right.
Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
I would laugh if Celeste actually was her real name. I know that's not where this is going, but if she produced her handbook and she was like, I've been telling you this entire time, why will no one accept that? My parents love Germany. They were like, we want to call our daughter a German name or something. Like, why?
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
What are you gonna do?
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up.
Oh, she's gonna keep on going until the bitter end.
Because Because.
Her words are failing her.
Until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then.
Oh,
Let me settle it.
I don't... Once again, my game seems to be sticking a little bit. Oh dear.
Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Closing argument. Okay. Okay, we've got 10 minutes. Okay, so let's see. We have Celeste goes to... Well, that's clearly Hifumi's room. And... You know what, let's have a look at these first. Okay. Okay. So, Celeste goes to Hifumi's room. This looks like they're shaking hands. She's like, I'll show you my boobs. And he's like, yes! And then they team up. And then they agree to meet up with Hero at 1. He arrives. This is them drugging him, so... They didn't, like, bang him over the head or anything because he was unharmed, so... I'm gonna guess this. You know, they chloroform him, and then they put him into the suit, and then Celeste takes a picture. They set up the scene. Then, at just after 6, Taka goes to the equipment room, and Hifumi murders him with Justice Hammer 4. Okay, yeah, he raises the hammer, Taka's like, oh shit, and then he's dead. What's this? I'm gonna guess maybe it's the hammer he was killed with. You know, a close-up of Justice Hammer 4 with blood on it. There we go. Then we have, you know, Celeste was in the rec room and everyone's like, what the fuck happened? Oh, kill a robot, WTF. They go to the library, Hifumi's like, eh. What do we want here? There was a hammer in the library, wasn't there? I think it was Justice Hammer 2 was in the library with him. Then they took him to the nurse's office. Hifumi's like, let me set the scene. Time for the weirdest magical girl transformation ever, apparently. Ooh, what do we want? What do we want? The group maybe heard the screams? Maybe? Everyone heard screaming from upstairs. And then the group separated. And, you know, half of the students were like, oh, Hifumi. And the other half were like, Taka, no. Then he got up, ran to the equipment room, wrapped the body in tarp, and then he pushed the body. He pushed the body to the repository, where he was waiting like a good little puppy for Celeste. Oh, he's even doing a little dance. He's like, yay, we did it! And Celeste just like holds still. And she baps him. And then close up on the bloody hammer. There we go. I'm happy with that.
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Hifumi has been... I both love and hate this. He has been drawn horrifically ugly, and I'm like, oh, poor guy.
first, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo-Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3.
He even got magical girl transformation music for that panel!
And turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
Oh! No, I didn't lay out my reasoning right. I need to rearrange the events of the case. Okay. Okay, so it's not that we heard that he had been killed. There's been a focus on the hammers. They planted Justice Hammer 3 there.
Here's exactly what happened. While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste. Sorry, you lose.
Well, I'm gonna grab that, because that is beautiful. I think I've got my thumbnail. And I am gonna leave this episode off right here. In the next episode, how is Celeste gonna react? Why did she do this? Why pick Hifumi as an accomplice of all people? But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below. And if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.